Chapter 5. In the medieval banquet tent, both classes were sitting on opposite sides of a round table. Mr. Rapin sat at one end and Mr. Price Jones at the other. Lunch was being served. "One good thing about the Middle Age," said Buster, "no forks. You get to eat everything with your hands." "As long as you have an appetite," said Francine, who was just poking at the food. "I knew what you mean," said Muffy. "I'm not feeling very hungry either." "Well, if you're not eating," said Buster, "pass your plate down here." "How can you think about food?" asked Francine. "Are you getting a little discouraged?" Buster nodded. "Of course, my brain is very upset, but for my stomach, it's business as usual." This capon is good. It tastes just like chicken." The greenbroker across the table started to laugh. "What's so funny?" asked Buster. "Capon is chicken," the brain whispered to him. At that moment, Mr. Price stood up and called for everyone's attention. "I have an extra helping of figgy puddings for the students who can answer this question." Everyone on the greenbroker side of the table raised a hand. "Oh, me, over here, sir, call on me." The teacher beamed at them. "Commendable enthusiasm, children, but let's give Record the first crack at it, shall we?" The hands dropped. All the greenbrokers folded their arms and stared across the table. Even Buster stopped eating under the weight of their stares. "All right, then," said Mr. Preston, listening closely. "Who was the 16th King of England?" Arthur blinked. Francine frowned. The brain just scratched his head. Buster couldn't even think of a joke to fill the silence. "Tisk, tisk," said Mr. Pricejohn. "I see you haven't taught them the song, Rapin." Mr. Rapin admitted that he hadn't. "Well, there's no time like the present," said Mr. Pricejohn. He took a deep breath and directed his class to sing. "Here's a song that's more historical than musical, to teach the kings and queens of England in the order category." Arthur looked at his watch. 15 minutes later, he was still looking at it. The greenbrokers were just finishing up. "Now you know a wondrous thing, all of England's queens and kings." The greenbroker students applauded loudly. The clapping startled many of them Lakewooders, who had begun to nod off. Mr. Pricejohn sat down. "I knew you don't agree with all of my teaching methods, Rapin, but you have to admit they're the effective. The fact is, you can beat us." Mr. Rapin sighed. "You may be right, sir." Arthur poked Buster in the side. "Did you hear that? If we keep losing, Mr. Rapin may start teaching us like this guy. We have to win something." "But how?" Buster asked. "You hear Mr. Pricejohn. He said he can't beat them." Arthur was not convinced. He looked over a list of events at the fair. "There must be something here we're good at." His finger moved down the list of events. "Ha!" he said finally. It was time to fight back.